Hey, what's up everybody? Let's Go Brendan here, and before we get into this video, I just want to announce that I am now part of the Hodge Twins official affiliate program. You can get official Hodge Twins merch such as supplements, apparel, faith-based apparel, all through my link below. It's going to be in the description. So check out the link down below in the video description and enjoy the video.
Great again. Go back to the foundation of this country that was based on biblical values.
We began 2023 with a protest outside CNN's Hollywood headquarters on Sunset Boulevard.
Raise your honk if you think Trump's border wall is racist, because CNN told you so. You're being conditioned to accept open borders, to accept masks on your face, to accept the injections, illegal mandates. You're being conditioned to social conditioning by the corporate media like CNN.
Walking around from corner to corner and protesting CNN's corruption.
Okay, let's do it here.
Pushing the lies about the vaccine and the election, and they're trying to contest the election now, saying that we have a most free election, but now we can't contest 2020, but they can contest 2024. What kind of crap is that? That's double standard, man.
We also paid a little visit to the Burbank YMCA, where they were jabbing kids as young as 6 months old with the COVID shot.
Myocarditis and blood clots and heart problems were never a thing with little kids until the COVID jab came along. Wake up, Burbank. Wake up, America. It's time to face these problems head on, because it's a big problem.
And we made our presence known outside the SAG Awards in February, as many in our movement are former SAG members who lost their membership when they refused to get jabbed.
Screen Actors Guild, SAG, S-A-G, suffocate, asphyxiate, gag. Because that's what you're doing to everyone around you that you want to be part of your union.
So yeah, then it was a very costly decision. It's been a costly decision for a lot of people. And, people have made that decision on various levels, but I know that people had to comply on certain other levels because they couldn't afford to do that. They just needed to take the shot and keep working.
But 2023 still felt like the dying gasps of the movement. Low turnouts and low enthusiasm abounded. But things were about to pick up. Shiva decided to bring back the Beverly Hills Freedom Rally on a monthly basis. Our first one was on April 29th. It wasn't nearly the rally of 2020, but the turnout was the best we had seen since.
Way more support by the people this time.
Back. And it's not our CO2s. We need CO2s because they are oxygen to our trees and plants. So CO2s are actually very...
But the cars passing by, it was way more support. So we're like, okay, people are, the tides are turning.
It was fun. It wasn't as big as it was, but it was fun. It was great going through the streets of Beverly Hills protesting, waking people up. I'll say waking people up to the fact of what the liberals are doing. They're trying to take over.
99% of Beverly Hills in the streets supported us. Beverly Hills is money. Beverly Hills knows they're not stupid. Caruso won. Trump won. America is going to win in the long run. Don't be complacent. The answer to 1984 is 1776.
Riding on the energy from that glorious resurrection, we joined Babies Lives Matter for a rally in Santa Monica, and were greeted by Antifa.
We're pro-innocent. You get people lie. Pro-life is a lie. You don't care if people die. Babies lie.
Our rally was delayed by nearly 2 hours as we gladly stood our ground.
Kids matter. Kids matter. We don't want conflict. Kids lives matter. Baby lives matter. Baby lives matter. Kids lives matter.
If it was there, we were there. We were just trying to celebrate like pro-life and children who were still alive, not murdered yet. And of course they were there against the children.
Baby lives matter. Little bitch. Baby lives matter. Maggot little bitch. He's a tweaker. 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 Fuck my dick. You don't have a fuck my dick.
Luckily we had support at the time. The police were there. They were on our side.
Yeah, there was an Antifa standoff. There was this one girl, yeah, we call her like zipper tits or something like that.
Thank your mom tomorrow, she didn't abort you. Thank your mother tomorrow, she didn't abort you. Thank your mother tomorrow that she didn't abort you. Think about that.
And you know, she was there. We saw her before, like 6 months ago, and she was like reacting to what Shiva was saying about abortion and stuff like that, and she was like the ones in the back, like what are you talking? Oh, you're not making any sense. But you know, Shiva was sad about it, man, because like, you know, 6 months later, you see her at the Santa Monica protest, and she has her breasts cut off. You know, she has scars from it. She's showing it to people. I'm like, really, this is what the, you know, all this propaganda has done to you. You know.
Get back over there! Get back! Back on your side! It's not fucking legal! And if she listens to what they say, it won't happen!
She was trying to she was talking back to the cops. The cops shoved her, and then, you know, of course they're gonna scream victimhood.
All you gotta do is listen! You see that? I think I just got to kill the best up from your fucking ass on! What did I do? I was just...
Despite the lunatics screaming at us from their section of the park, our rally went ahead successfully, and we marched on the pier victoriously.
If anybody is pregnant and needs help, we got resources, life-saving resources. Women have more options. Abortion is not an option.
On April 15th, Patriot videographer Jairo Tomiko was assaulted outside the West Hollywood Library during a protest against drag queen storytime.
So there was a drag queen by the name Pickle. He goes around LA, tries to indoctrinate children, and makes it seem like it's okay to be what he is, dressing up as a woman and trying to get children to do that. So at the WeHo Library, okay, so I heard about this Pickle person hosting a drag queen story hour, and I helped organize a protest against that Pickle person. And unfortunately, Antifa, they were like, they found out about this protest somehow, because I guess they monitor us online, and they showed up. I didn't expect them to be so many, but there was like about 30 of them.
Oh, he's there! Oh, he's there! Oh, boom, bitch, he's there! Oh, boom, he's there! Oh, he's there! He's lit!
Once I got inside there, they just automatically started attacking, and from that point, there was an Antifa person that goes by Zodiac. It's like a mentally ill meth head.
He did not know
how to take the beauty. He did not know how to take the beauty. He did not handle the beauty. He did not handle the beauty.
On June 3rd, parents in North Hollywood led a protest against an LGBT pride event at Satakoy Elementary School, and things got pretty hairy as Jairo's primary attacker was finally arrested for the assault when Jairo pointed him out to the police.
So, the guy who attacked me in West Hollywood at the library, he was there making a scene. He was like the main guy in everyone's face, all over the news the next day. And so I went on social media. I was like, how is this guy still causing problems? He has a warrant for his arrest, but he's out on TV right now causing problems. And that's when things started, like, people were taking it seriously, and it kind of went viral. People were like, okay, we need to get this guy, because he's active all the time, attacking people in everyone's face, but he has a warrant. So we were able to get him from that protest. He saw all the coverage that he was getting for being there. So afterwards, he was quiet. He went in the background, and then he was gone for like a few weeks until the Pride event happened. He was trying to be all innocent, like he was just there to volunteer, but he had a warrant for his arrest, and so we got him.
Humorously, Antifa managed to raise the money for his bail, only to find out that he still couldn't be released because of prior offenses. Another win for us.
Yeah, there was a lot of Antifa there. I mean, it was the same old thing, you know, they...
Leave our kids alone.
There was shouting, shoving, and one person was even knocked to the ground outside Satakoy Elementary School in North Hollywood. The LAPD was there to try to keep the peace, while the dueling demonstrators clashed over opposing views about a pride assembly being held at the school.
I disagree with the fact that a kindergarten should not have to be educated on this. There comes a time and a place where they all do need that education, but kindergarten and elementary is not the place.
Los Angeles is very diverse. So in public schools, there's going to be students who have same-sex parents. So we need to talk about that.
As part of the assembly, the book, The Great Big Book of Families, which discusses LGBTQ families, was read.
They're trying to shove their crap down children's throats, and it's not okay.
There is one sentence in the book, it is many pages, but the one sentence says some families have two moms and some have two dads. It also talks about some families are raised by their grandparents, some are raised with just one parent. So it's one reference to the existence of LGBTQ families.
When we went to the educators and we said, what are you going to tell my child when he comes to you and says, you know, I have a mommy and a daddy. What does it mean to have two daddies? My mommy was pregnant with me. Which daddy was pregnant? How did the daddy have a baby? None of them were able to answer our questions. We as parents have the right to be able to determine when and where the appropriate setting is for our children to learn about that.
We're told the Pride Assembly went on as planned and the book was read.
I just got out of the assembly, to come out and see how's everything going up here. It's nothing bad. It's really like education about different cultures, about LGBT with Celebration Pride Month.
The Satakoy protest was the spark for an incident that made news nationwide 3 days later.
Fists fly outside a Glendale Unified School District Board meeting. Pro and anti-LGBTQ plus protesters clashing over the school board's plan to adopt a resolution designating June as LGBT Pride Month, something they've done since 2019.
We are fighting for the rights of those children who don't want to be indoctrinated.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing your face.
So please keep the peace. Don't let them push your buttons. Because if you notice what happened at Satakoy Elementary, and I was there, 4 hours of peaceful protest until they crossed the line and threw a punch. And that's the only thing that was shown in the media. Listen, because that's the only thing the world will see. So don't let them push your buttons. They're paid to be here.
Exactly. That's why they know what they are doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and this is an all hands on deck. What they're trying to do. It's a freaking...
So then the Glendale protest, it was, the usual suspects showed up. And, you know, with the whole Antifa thing, again, they'll be the agitators. They'll try to instigate, you know, you to react in a certain way.
Hey, why is she trying? Why is she? Let's go. Okay, we'll go around. Let's go. Go around. Let's go, Hunter. Guys, let's go to the other side. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. You're about to go to the other side. Let's go to the other side.
Well, all that stuff, the Armenians, they don't care. There's like, no, we're just gonna go there and attack them. They didn't give a shit. We were like,
Look how unhinged! Look how unhinged! He wants to come in here! That guy wants to
like that one footage of that guy, the Armenian guy, hitting that dude in the head. That you see in all the news footages. If you just rewind the tape back like a few seconds before that, the guy in the pink bandana, I think he was wearing a pink bandana. He hits the Armenian guy in the back of the head first, and he turns around and starts swinging at the other guy. But the news media, they don't show you that part.
An unlawful gathering was declared, and we took our protest to Glendale City Hall.
Boys cannot be girls. Girls cannot be boys. We all know this.
They need to know how to read and write. They need to know how to count money. They need to know how to do things that are basic life skills. That's what's supposed to be taught in school. That's what was taught to us in school. So why all of a sudden this satanic ideology of, you know, gay, trans, this, that, hate?
And they call the truth hate. They call the truth hate. It's because they hate the truth.
When we got back, the cops were standing still, sounding their sirens loudly for no reason in front of homes at night. Glendale would be the topic of news for much of the next week across the country. And a new section of the movement had come into being as Glendale would become a recurring protest spot, and some of the Glendale parents would begin to attend our rallies in Beverly Hills.
The board has heard us. Now the city has heard us. Should we assemble on the... Now the country hears us. This is Everytown, USA.
More wins continued. A drag queen story time was shut down by patriots on June 8th.
And what you guys are doing to your children, you're traumatizing them. This is wrong, and you guys, children do not belong in drag.
Conservative Christians turned out by the thousands at Dodger Stadium on June 16th, in solidarity against the Dodgers honoring the satanic drag queens known as the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
They came by the hundreds, if not thousands, swarming around Dodger Stadium for Pride Night 2023. Throngs of the faithful, a coalition of Catholic and Christian groups and activists, protesting what they consider an affront to their religion and core beliefs.
Jesus Christ is not only our Lord, He's the Lord of America.
And they're ridiculing the good sisters in the Catholic Church.
We're here to pray for them as well, because we don't know why they feel that they need to do this.
thousands of Christians showed up. We were like in the parking lot, and then we marched to the event, and I swear they could probably hear us inside the stadium as we were chanting, because that stadium was empty. We saw a video of inside the stadium, no one was there to support them. So they did all of that. They lost tons of fans just to support these scary demon looking things, and even now I'm pretty sure they regret that.
Another great win came in July, as a judge threw out all the fines that the city of Burbank had been wanting Tin Horn Flats to pay in 2021.
I look at the long range. I look at what I've been through, what my family's been through, what you guys have been through, okay? And then I look at, what do I want here? What is justice? Is there justice? I'm not even sure if there is justice anymore. Really. The only thing you can do is bring in the big guns like Gary goes. He's the only one that can give you some peace of mind that something good may come out of something that's really horrible, that could really hurt me in many ways. The outcome to this thing is really going to determine the rest of my life. I'm not joking.
On August 22nd, the fight over inappropriate school curriculum continued as massive dueling protests took place in downtown Los Angeles. Shiva arrived unaware that she was on the side where Antifa was protesting. She was arrested and held in jail until late evening. She was back up and hosting the Beverly Hills Freedom Rally the following Saturday.
They arrested me on Tuesday, an innocent protester, a peaceful protester, while they have pedophiles and murderers and drug dealers running rampant in our city.
Soon after that, she threw her hat into the ring for California State Assembly District 51.
These Democrats, they are cheaters. All you have to do is look at the policies. My gosh.
Felicia Novick also ran for State Assembly in District 43.
Got a lot of donations because a lot of people knew I was doing this out of my time, and I did a lot of it on my own with the help of my coworkers that also worked a 9 to 5. I had a couple people go and get signatures. I did signatures outside of, I wanted to kind of be a little defiant. I went in front of Targets and got signatures, and it was funny. I went to the one in North Hollywood, and they were like, "Oh, you can't get signatures here. It's against the law." I said, "We'll call the police."
Oh, Felicia, so I helped her with her campaign as well. I did her website. Yeah, so I did her website. I was surprised to see her run for office because she was kind of a quiet person, but I'm glad that she did, and I hope she continues to be politically active.
She's always with a smile on her face, always, because it was easy to get down in the dumps. Sometimes I would for sure, and I'd get all pissed off and my language would go to hell. But she held it together pretty well, just patient, lots of love. So she was cool. She was always cool to have around.
Shiva was really supportive. She had her own campaign.
Shiva's campaign, she ran for city council, and next she ran for state assembly, and I helped do the flyers for her.
The campaign was a lot of fun. It was challenging because in her area, Beverly Hills, there's a few wokies. So there's a few people who just, they got no idea that they had no idea.
She knows a lot of people in Beverly Hills. She's like Mr. Rogers' neighbor. She's like, "Hey Shiva, oh hey." She's like waving at all these people that they're all just walking by. So you're like in the Shiva show or something. It's funny.
Don't let your rights be taken away by globalist psychos that want a payday. They thrive on power, money, and control. If you're not too careful, they'll take your soul.
Any age, she'll just go up to them. She's relentless in campaigning.
You must get in line. No, thank you, I'm fine. So stand up, America. So stand up, America.
On September 29th, patriots all over Southern California were buzzing with excitement as the GOP convention came to Anaheim with an appearance by none other than Donald J. Trump himself.
Donald Trump arrives at the Anaheim Marriott to deliver a speech at the California GOP convention.
We're thrilled to be here with the conservative patriots who are leading the charge to take back this state from the radical left lunatics.
Many attended, and word got out through a deliberately secretive grapevine that Trump would be visiting a Carvel ice cream store in Westwood. You had to have an invitation to get behind the lines to see him. Luckily, Felicia got the invite and brought me along.
And when I first saw the ad, it was funny because I'm like, I don't believe this. Like, what is Donald Trump going to be doing at a Carvel in Westwood, you know, or West LA, excuse me. And I even texted you and I was like, do you believe this? Will you come with me? And we ended up going, and lo and behold, he showed up. It was insane. And we got to have ice cream courtesy of Donald Trump.
On September 27th, after a nearly 3-year fight, Ed Medallion was sentenced to prison in Washington, D.C. The last 3 months of 2023 saw the end of my involvement with the movement, primarily due to a new job where my schedule ran in opposition to the events. They continued on. Shiva ran for state assembly, but it was sadly not to be. That didn't stop her or the movement. They continued the fight, continued the rallies, and continued to hope.
Okay, I remember the last big year that I remember was 2022, and then 2023 was kind of slow. 2024 was a bit even slower, I have to admit.
It was kind of slow, but the same people were always involved in their own way.
It was. To be honest, unfortunately, it wasn't much going on. The passion was gone a little bit. I mean, here's the thing, man. When you're pushed up against a wall, you've got to push back. But when you're not pushed up against a wall, you don't really push back as hard, do you?
We weren't really active on the street as much as before.
It's Independence Day, so let's talk about what's going on in America.
California's governor with a pointed message.
I urge all of you living in Florida to join the fight.
And Gavin Newsom makes no illusion who he's fighting.
Freedom, it's under attack in your state. Your Republican leaders, they're banning books, making it harder to vote.
A California governor running an ad in Florida?
Join us in California, where we still believe in freedom.
For a while, it appeared that our worst fears were coming true as Gavin Newsom seemed to be gearing himself up to replace Joe Biden in the presidential election.
Absolutely no question in my mind, from what I know about him, I may be wrong, that he will run for president.
When Vice President Kamala Harris, another California tyrant, ended up as the nominee, we can't even tell if that's better or worse.
You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
The significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time. Well, I think culture is, it is a reflection of our moment and our time, right? And present culture is the way we express how we're feeling about the moment. And we should always find times to express how we feel about the moment that is a reflection of joy, because, it comes in the morning.
On July 13th, I was celebrating my birthday aboard the Queen Mary in Long Beach. When I got home, it was all over the news that Trump had been shot at a rally in Pennsylvania.
You look back at it, I mean, there must have been some kind of, definitely God was looking out for Trump, because he was talking to people outside. It was an outdoor rally, and he just happened to turn, and that bullet just went right past his ear. Because if he was at where he was at, that would have took out that whole side of his head.
I think that is when we knew that Trump was going to win for sure. We had a high feeling that, that's when I was like, okay, if he doesn't win for sure, then something is definitely wrong, and we need to change everything. But that's when I knew for sure that he was going to win, and I wasn't really worried. This solidified him as probably the most legendary president so far, in my opinion.
At that moment, when I looked at the news, realized he hadn't, his life was spared, I knew the hand of God was on him. I knew at that moment he was going to win the election. There was no question. That man took a bullet for this country and lived. That man I knew the hand of God was on him because he turned his head at the right moment to where if he hadn't, he would not be here. So it was a whole new feeling of, he's going to win.
The picture of him with his fist in the air after surviving the attempt galvanized patriots all over the country. Beverly Hills Freedom Rallies returned to a weekly schedule as the 2024 election neared, eventually moving to the Federal Building in West LA. When the election finally arrived, as we now know, the movement's efforts finally proved not to be in vain. Trump won the presidency in a landslide, and we finally got rid of District Attorney George Gascón and replaced him with Nathan Hochman.
Party time, dude. Party time. Not only Trump gets in, but the icing on the cake is Gascón getting booted out. That was beautiful, because now LA can hopefully start to rebuild and, get rid of crime.
I felt that, we just stuck it to you, bye, Gascón. Boot you out. I felt like that was a big, punch to the gut, because these people, they feel untouchable. These people, they feel like no repercussion could ever come to them, and they are not invincible. And you just got fact-checked, bro. That's what he did. He just got checked to remind himself that we the people are a lot stronger than you think we are, and you are not untouchable.
Really had a drive for her to not be president, prayed even harder. Please don't let this, and God wasn't going to let a home wrecking war be our president.
I'm still kind of taking it in. I'm glad that we're over this nightmare and we can finally just move on and get things going back to how it used to be and get our streets cleaned up now that Gascón is gone.
There was a feeling of relief, joy, and finally okay, all that hard work, it has paid off. But the fight's not over yet. The fight's never going to be over.
On top of that, no less than 10 counties in California flipped red in the election, making the electoral map of California look quite different from when this journey began. The following night we celebrated with dinner at El Coyote, a well-deserved moment of victory, reflection, and peace with friends and patriots.
A lot of us were, like Scott, so disheartened by what happened in 2020. They stole that election from us, from we the people. But what's so good now is I believe it was meant to be that Biden was in there for 4 years, because people could compare the two. I think that comparison actually woke a lot of people up.
Yes.
They go, wow, I used to have more money. I used to be able to, go out to eat more often. And this is important that people, they have to feel the hurt. Kind of like Mayor Giuliani. They feel the hurt in New York. What was it, 3 times that he ran? Chris, right? Was it like 3 times that Mayor Rudy Giuliani ran? and finally got in because they had to feel the hurt. So hopefully now, California, this is our fight right now, is to turn California red so that people see that if they want a better quality of life, they're going to vote Republican. And we're cleaning up the Republican Party too, because there's swamp creatures in there. I'm very thankful that I got voted in on my central committee and our chair, like the global order state. I don't think that we need Tim as our chair. I'm just saying. I think we need to put God first, and anybody that's bowing down to Satan is not our friend.
Right on.
Yeah, so I'm just very thankful for all of you. You guys are my family, and I love you so much. I just love you so much.
The following Saturday, a MAGA truck train stormed Hollywood Boulevard, driving all the way to Santa Monica. California is changing. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not. I'll never get a time like these last 4 years again. Not many people in this world get to be part of something historic. We got that. We got stories we can tell the rest of our lives. We got friends we'll keep for the rest of our lives. And we can hold our heads high that we stood for something when others wouldn't, and won in the end.
It's probably made me grow up, you know, the whole movement of standing up for freedom and other people's freedoms. It's just made me see things in a different way.
To the entire movement, I love all of you. I am so thankful. I mean, that one of the most outstanding, most important, most memorable, and most fun time in my life was being part of all of this with all of you.
Well, it's me fighting in a different way. I'm not active duty anymore, so I'm fighting it as a civilian.
It just became a family. It became a family that I've, from all the way to today, you guys are all part of my family, and I would never trade it for the world. I mean, it's really changed my life a lot from that one little movement that we did over there on Magnolia Boulevard there. It's really brought a lot of people into my life, and I hope I helped people grow from talking with them and sharing fellowship with them, and just knowing that this has been a great experience.
The fact that it was just a beautiful thing, and I met wonderful people, and I met like-minded people, and I got to run for office, and I got to be on the news. Like, I've never been on the news, and the fact that I met wonderful people, and the most awesome part of it all, I've always had a connection with Jesus, but how deep my love for him is today because of those rallies.
Well, it means a lot. Like, it's a big part of my life. It gives me motivation to keep going. Like, I have a lot of political ambitions right now, so it just means a lot, and I want to keep being in this movement and growing in this movement.
It was super important for the conservative movement, I think, and super important for the city to see that people are moral, they are upstanding, they believe in family, they believe in truth, and it was awesome to see.
It was an outlet for me because it's like therapeutic. When I hand out flyers or talk to people, or you're getting out it's freedom of expression, so you get to talk to people and get your opinion, your ideas out that other people won't see in regular mainstream media, corporate media.
This movement made me see hope, and made me feel that I'm not alone, and that as they always say, that we're the silent majority, and for them they're the few, but they're loud and proud. So I just know that in the back of my mind that there's people like us that think like us, have the same beliefs, and we can trust and have each other's backs.
Sense of belonging and just knowing this is exactly what I should be doing right now in my life, at this point in my life. And I know it sounds corny and cheesy, but it's just like you don't get too many moments like that in your life.
I hope those of you from outside California took something from this film. All this effort, all the news-making events, the viral videos, and even the amazing results of the 2024 election, and yet still all we see from you is hatred for us, just for the apparently unpardonable crime of living in California. To you we say this.
I would say the majority of your patriots and conservatives who are outside LA, they're not even really on the front line. They're not. It's I miss it. I totally miss it.
They can't accept it, and they just got to make fun of it and put us down because maybe they're just jealous. I don't know. But we're out here trying to fight, and then for them, we're conservative, and they just kind of make fun of us and put us down. Hey, we're fighting. We're fighting for their freedoms too, and their rights, as well. They should give us credit.
To me, I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. And some people say California is actually red or purple. And when I was canvassing last month, I think in the major cities and stuff, it's more woke, obviously, but I think even that they're starting to change their minds. People's minds change, and that's one thing about conservatives that they go, oh no, they're, especially people who grew up as conservatives, they go, oh no, they're idiots, they're stupid, they don't know what they're talking about. There's no way to get to them. No, that's not true at all.
But I would say don't give up on California. California is more red than they give credit, and I think it's definitely not a state to give up on. I think it's there is a lot of hope here.
I think California has a lot of public image to fix. They need to fix their public image a lot. I don't think we should give up on this state, even though it's pretty. I mean, it's not as blue as it was, but there's more hope now. I think people should. I don't know. I think you should give us more hope.
Don't believe the media. The media is telling you lies about us over here. We conservatives, we all need to stick together no matter where we're at. We can't be moving out of state thinking we just can get away from it. The only way we can take California back, or any other state that they took away, is we have to fight for it.
Well, conservatives outside of California who are hating on us, wow. I mean, you're in for a rude awakening. Once you start realizing how much California's got an influence on the rest of the country, you're a clown. And the fact that you probably didn't do anything but just sit on your ass and wish bad things on California, if they indeed did that, that's pretty bad, man.
A lot of people talk a lot of smack about California, that we're all liberal, woke, crazies out here. And that's not even close to true. In fact, I would say the majority of Californians are probably conservative. But we have institutionalized vote fraud going on here. And we have these crime families that are controlling the political power. And the Newsoms are one of those crime families. And Jerry Brown is another one. But California itself, I think, is more conservative than liberal. I mean, there are some hot spots of liberal wokeness in Southern California, but for the most part, it's regular Americans, patriots.
I'll end this film with some words the late Adrena once gave me in Facebook Messenger. It takes courage to stand for something bigger than ourselves, and to stand in that commitment regardless of circumstance. Cheers to you and all the wonderful patriots who stood for truth fearlessly. It's more dangerous to be in the dark rather than bearing the difficulty of truth. With truth, integrity, and authenticity, we could produce tangible results. A battle is not won by keeping ourselves in the dark and only knowing small parts of a bigger picture. Let us not focus on individual battles, but on winning the war. It takes courage to love, and that is an immovable stand for the greater good.